When we think of unhealthy foods, we typically imagine fried meals with lots of butter or extremely processed foods high in saturated fats and salt. And while it's true that eating too much of these kinds of foods can cause weight gain and increase our risks for certain diseases, in fact, most of the organs in our body need a constant supply of glucose in order to do their jobs. But the problem arises when we consume too much sugar. When this happens, the body will store the excess sugar in the liver and convert it into fat. Telomeres are the protective DNA sections at the ends of chromosomes that help prevent them from being damaged. Diets high in sugar can also lead to obesity and chronic inflammation, which are two other risk factors for developing age-related diseases. For example, one study published in the journal PLOS Medicine found that people with higher levels of inflammation were more likely to develop dementia over the course of the study. Obesity increases the risk of developing conditions like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and certain types of cancer. On the other hand, chronic inflammation makes the body more susceptible to oxidative stress and DNA damage, which accelerates the aging process. According to the World Health Organization, adults should limit their intake of added sugars to less than 25 grams or 6 teaspoons per day. However, most people consume far more than this. In the United States, the average person consumes about 86 grams or 22 teaspoons of added sugar per day. This allows you to avoid added sugars and unhealthy fats and salts. Plus, cooking at home is usually cheaper and healthier than eating out. This is more than 3 times the amount recommended by the WHO. Even healthy foods can be harmful if consumed in excess. So be mindful of your portion sizes and avoid overeating. Most adults need around 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. In addition, consuming too much sugar can cause the body to age faster through a process called glycation. By following the tips above, you can reduce your intake of added sugars and improve your overall health. Remember, small changes can make a big difference. So start by making 1 or 2 adjustments to your diet and work your way up from there. It takes time to change your eating habits, but the benefits to your health and longevity are definitely worth it. So make sure you get enough rest. Otherwise, you'll be more likely to crave sugary foods and have a harder time controlling your overall calorie intake. The shorter the telomere, the faster the cell ages. For example, the sugar in fruit is less harmful to your health than the added sugar found in processed foods like soda and candy. The key is to consume sugar in moderation and to avoid processed foods that contain added sugars. Subscribe to the channel to stay updated on our latest videos. And as always, remember to take care of your health. These are the types of sugars that can have the most negative impact on your health. Sodas and fruit juices are often loaded with added sugars. Instead, drink water, unsweetened tea, or black coffee. Processed foods are typically high in added sugars, unhealthy fats, and salts. Whenever possible, try to stick to whole, unprocessed foods like fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. These types of foods are much better for your health and will help you live longer. Not only will you be reducing your sugar intake, but you'll also be avoiding the harmful effects of caffeine. The researchers concluded that eating a diet high in carbohydrates may accelerate cellular aging by promoting the formation of AGEs. First, read food labels carefully. Many packaged foods contain added sugars, so it's important to check the ingredients list. Added sugars can be listed under different names, so be sure to look out for them. Some common names for added sugars include brown sugar, cane sugar, corn syrup, and high fructose corn syrup. If a food item has any of these ingredients, it's best to avoid it. The gut microbiota refers to the trillions of bacteria that live in our digestive tract and play a crucial role in our overall health. Studies have shown that diets high in sugar can alter the composition of the gut microbiota and reduce the diversity of bacterial species. This can lead to a number of health issues, including obesity, diabetes, and even neurodegenerative diseases. As a result, over time, we end up with more belly fat and an increased risk of developing serious health problems such as diabetes and heart disease. Additionally, they found that these mice had a shorter lifespan. The researchers concluded that the negative effects of the diet on the gut microbiota may play a role in the development of age-related diseases and reduced longevity. There is another food that can also be very bad for your health if consumed in excess: sugar. A growing body of research suggests that diets high in sugar can shorten your lifespan. You are what you eat. So when you consume sugar on a regular basis, the cells in your body will slowly begin to age faster. This process is called glycation, and it occurs when the body converts excess sugar into advanced glycation end products, or AGEs for short. AGEs are sticky molecules that accumulate in the organs and coat the cells, disrupting their ability to function normally. Over time, this causes the cells to age at a faster rate. Sugar itself isn't evil. Our bodies need glucose for energy to function properly. But did you know that eating too much sugar can also have an even more sinister effect? As an example, the lens inside the eye has a protein called crystallon, which helps keep it clear and allows us to see. But when exposed to AGEs, this protein becomes cloudy and the lens develops a cataract. Similarly, AGEs can also damage the cells that produce insulin, leading to insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. They can also harm the cells lining the blood vessels, causing plaque to build up inside the arteries and increasing the risk of heart disease. Moreover, AGEs can even penetrate the brain and cause damage to neurons, which may contribute to the development of Alzheimer's disease. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who consumed a high-carb diet had shorter telomeres than those who ate a low-carb diet. But the connection between sugar and longevity goes beyond just glycation. Several studies have shown that people with high levels of inflammatory markers in their blood have a higher risk of developing age-related diseases, such as cardiovascular disease and Alzheimer's disease. Another way that sugar consumption affects longevity is by altering the composition of the gut microbiota. For example, a study published in the journal Nature Medicine found that mice fed a high-fatness, high-sugar diet had a less diverse gut microbiota than mice on a controlled diet. So how much sugar should you be consuming? It's important to note that not all sugars are created equal. So what are some simple steps you can take to reduce your sugar intake? Second, cook more meals at home. When you cook at home, you have control over the ingredients you use. Third, drink less soda and fruit juice. Fourth, avoid processed foods. Fifth, be mindful of your portion sizes. Finally, get enough sleep. Sleep is essential for maintaining a healthy metabolism and regulating hormones that control appetite. Eating a diet high in sugar can lead to a number of health problems, including obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and Alzheimer's disease. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button below and share it with your friends and family.